James Lutton, delighted to be joined on Zoom today with Nina Hughes. Nina, how are we doing?
Good, thanks.
Good.
Literally just got over from the gym.
However, training hard as always.
Yeah.
Let's firstly just talk about your last fight. Picked up a couple of titles there, Commonwealth and WBO International, was it?
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
How was that? What was the feeling like the moment you heard and the new?
Oh, it was an amazing feeling. Yeah, I was really disappointed with my performance, but yeah, I dug deep and I got the win. So that was the main thing. And yeah, it was a great feeling to have them both win them both them belts.
So you had to dig deep. What did you learn from that fight?
I learned that I think I was just a bit over eager, wanting it too much. um, yeah, I just we've been working on all my mistakes in the gym, putting them all right. But yeah, I was a much busier one. I thought I worked harder, and I landed the cleaner shot, so I outworked to get the win. So I'm happy with that.
Absolutely. Obviously beating Tyson Gallagher, good fighter herself. You've had 3 fights in now. How active do you want to be for the
Yeah.
rest of the year?
I wanted to be as active as possible, but things just haven't happened. Keep having fights falling through, people pulling out, or cancellations of shows. So, I mean, I've only had 3 fights, and I was meant to have my first fight last September, and then that didn't happen. And I ended up having my debut in December, and then yeah, this year's just not really gone to how I planned. So, hopefully, definitely get one before the end of the year and just be as busy as possible next year.
Definitely. I do want to talk about your manager, Lee Eaton, and working with Lee, but let's go back first of all. Talk about when you first got into boxing. I believe it was just for a bit of fitness. Wasn't really interested in
Yeah.
competing.
No, yeah, just fell into it by mistake, really. Did a boxercise class one day with a friend because it was just more interested in going to the gym. Enjoyed that. Um, just did the fitness classes at kickboxing gym, then ended up doing fitness classes at a boxing gym and at my amateur club, Chapel St Mary. And then, yeah, my coach at the time, Chris Oko, kept talking me into it. I started sparring, enjoyed the sparring. And he's like, "You're ready to box?" And I was thinking, "No, I'm not. I'm getting beaten up by all the boys." And then, yeah, I went and sparred some girls, and I thought, "Oh, I did all right, actually. Maybe I should give it a go." And yeah, I had my first fight, and I won that, and that was it. I went from there.
Obviously, Chris saw something in you there, saw the talent that you hold. When was it for you that sort of moment that you clocked on?
I suppose after I'd won so I think probably I did my first like novice championships, and once I won that, that was it. I just wanted to push forward and win the like elites and carry on from there. And then before I knew it, I was on selection to GB just only after 18 months of boxing, and I got picked for GB. So yeah, and I just had to push them from there.
And that was, I believe, the first female GB team, was it as well?
Yeah, first ever for the 2012 Olympics. So I was a relative novice still when I went on GB. So I was just lacking that bit of experience. And obviously missed out to Nicola Adams who won gold. So
That's it. It's not, not a bad person to miss out on, I suppose, is it? What Nicola went on to do. You mentioned, obviously, you as a novice, you lacked that bit of experience. But what experience did you gain from being on Team GB and being selected and training with those guys?
just the training 3 times a day. Like we was constantly on training camps all over the world with different countries, sparring all different countries. I was having lots of gym bouts with different countries. So it was a great experience, just all the different people and all the different training you got. Yeah, I loved it. So I'm so glad I got to do it and experienced it all.
Definitely. Now, you did take a little break away from the boxing. You had a couple of children. You got married.
Yeah.
Personal life and home life got in the way as such. Now, talk to me a little bit about coming back. Why did you come back, and how hard was it, or how easy was it to come
Well,
back?
well, yeah. When I come off GB, obviously, like it was a bit disheartening. So I did stop boxing for a little while, and then yeah, I got married, had my first child, and I put on loads of weight. And I was like, right, I need to go back to the gym. And I set myself a target. I thought I'm going to have one bout to motivate myself to lose the weight. I had that, won that, and that was it. I started really enjoying it again. I thought, I'm not ready to give it up again. I thought I'd only have one, and that was it. But yeah, then I started, carried on, and then when I got pregnant for the second time, I knew I was still training throughout my pregnancy, and I was back in the gym 3 weeks after my second baby. I knew I still wanted to carry on. It was just a little break then, and then I just kept carrying it on, and then I kept thinking I'll do one more ABF national championships and I'll retire. And then lockdown happened, and then that's when I kept seeing all these professional women on the telly, and it's starting to take off a bit more. And I was just thinking, maybe I've got to give it a go, otherwise I regret it. So I joined a professional gym, and here I am now.
Absolutely. And that's what I was going to say. You sort of came back when women's boxing is booming. It is certainly on the rise and still rising. Do you feel, obviously, everything for a reason, timing's never wrong. Do you feel this is your time to come to the professional ranks?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, obviously, it would have helped if I was a bit younger, but where the most people, when they come off GB, that's the when they finish amateur, that's the next step. But when I came off GB, I did look into going professional, and there was just no professional boxing for females in this country, really. The opportunities weren't there. It was basically like you have to go to Germany or America. And so I couldn't do it then. And now I can. I still feel good at the moment, obviously. I haven't got a long career ahead of me, but I just want to give it everything and see what I can achieve.
Definitely. I mean, you mentioned, obviously, you looked at turning over when you left Team GB, and there just wasn't the accommodations or the facilities there for you to turn over. What was the big difference between that point and then when you did turn over?
Just having other female in this country. I think there was probably the only odd couple, two or three British boxers in the country at the time, professional. No one would none of the promoters were interested, so it was just impossible, really. Whereas now, promoters are promoting female boxing. There is the opportunities. Everyone's starting to put female fights on their shows, so those opportunities are there.
Definitely. Now, talk to me a little bit. I mentioned already briefly there, Lee Eaton, your manager, obviously promoted your last fight. How much of a big help has Lee been for your career so far?
Oh, it's been a great help. I mean, to get me both them titles on just my third professional fight. He promised me the Commonwealth title after my second fight. So, he delivered, and he got me another one as well. So I can't fault him. He's been a great help, and he's believed in me. He gave me a chance. So I'm happy that we can move forward.
Talking of moving forward, what is the future? What's the aim? What are the goals?
Well, obviously the dream is to become a world champion. So I've just got to keep chipping away and hopefully get that opportunity one day.
And have you got like a time scale on that? Do you sort of know when you want that to happen? Do you have a retirement?
I mean, I'd love a world title shot next year. That'd be the perfect sort of, I would take it now. I know I haven't got time on my side. I've got the amateur experience. There's certain world champions out there that I'm really confident of beating. So if I could get a world title shot now, I would jump at it.
Can I name any names? Who do you feel you can beat at world title level?
Well, I ideally fancy myself at bantamweight better. I mean, Ebony Bridges. I'd love that fight. I definitely feel confident I could beat her. I'd like also Jamie Mitchell. That'd be a great fight. She's a good boxer, but I still think it'd be a good fight. Yeah, they're the sort of people, but I'll take it. Whatever I can get, I'll take.
I mean, do you think that can happen? Obviously, Lee's relationship, obviously within the UK boxing, Ebony's with Eddie Hearn and Matchroom boxing now. Do you think it's a fight that could be made? Obviously, from your behalf, it sounds like it's easily done. Do you think she'd take the fight on?
Yeah, I think she's got a mandatory coming up, so I don't know what will happen there. So I suppose it all depends how she gets on and whether she keeps her world title or not.
Absolutely. Have you ever sparred Ebony Bridges at all?
No, we haven't.
No. I just want to talk a little bit about as well, see female fights coming up. We've got a massive all-female card coming up. Savannah Marshall and Carissa Shields. Huge fight for the sport, not just women's boxing. This is the best against the best, which we want to see across the board in the sport. Just break that down for me a little bit, and how do you see that one going?
It's definitely a 50-50 fight, Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall. Yeah, I'm rooting for Savannah. I knew Savannah from GB days, but Savannah's got the power. Clarissa's a great boxer and she's got the work rate. I mean, Savannah's beat her before, so I hope Savannah can do it, but it's definitely a tough call. It's definitely a 50-50 fight.
Obviously, you mentioned there you spent some time with Savannah in 2012 in the Team GB squad and the build-up to the Olympics. Did you expect her to be where she is now back then?
She's always had the talent. I think it's just the confidence she's gained over the years. I suppose the maturity now. She was young then, and probably the pressure got to her back then. Whereas now, she just seems like she's mentally so much stronger, and she's just developed as a boxer as well. But yeah, she's always been a good boxer.
And last question: if you could spar anybody from history or current fighters, your dream spar, who would it be and why?
That's an hard question. Oh, I don't really know. I just like sparring anyone, really. I'm always up. I mean, I suppose I'd love to spar Katie Taylor, see how you get on, how you'd like compete with her, even though she's a lot heavier. Any of the top names, it's always good to test yourself on how you get on with all the world champions. So yeah, I'd love to spar all the world champions just to see how you compete against them.
Absolutely, see what level you're at compared to those
Yeah.
guys. Before I do let you go, Nina, is there a fight date coming up? Is there something in mind, anything in the works at all for your next bout?
Hopefully, we've just been talking to Lee earlier, so hopefully in a couple of months there'll be a fight day. It's nothing confirmed 100% yet, but yeah, hopefully in the next couple of months we'll have a fight day.
Perfect. Well, we look forward to seeing you back out again.